Las Vegas is about to take another leap into the future, and this one is underground. How a project that seemed impossible at first is about to get underway.
And people are going crazy over one fast food chain's chicken sandwich. But tonight, the craze has escalated to a deadly level. And yes, you heard that right.
Say goodbye to those cold temperatures last week. Now we're heading close to record highs. We'll show you the latest in your most accurate forecast.
Now, live, this is 8 News Now at 11.
We start tonight with an alert from Metro concerning a specific type of vehicle on Valley roads. Thank you for joining us at 11. I'm Brian Loftus.
And I'm Denise Valdez. That concern tonight is around Ford F-250s and trucks similar in size. Officers say there has been a rise in thefts and are urging people to do their best to secure their trucks, whether that's putting them behind a gate or in a garage if possible. Police also remind drivers, if you see something out of the ordinary, say something.
New details in the arrest of 44-year-old Rita Colin. She's accused of killing a former UNLV professor in 2016 and her husband back in 2005. An arrest report says she knew Leroy Pelton had a $1.1 million retirement fund. Police believe that's why she stabbed him multiple times at his home in Henderson, then flew to Peru shortly after. In addition, it was long believed Colon's first husband died of suicide. Police now believe she killed him, too.
Well, you can now watch history unfold at the Las Vegas Convention Center. Tunneling will begin later this month on the underground People Mover, a more than $50 million project that will help transport convention attendees from one hall to the other. 8 News Now reporter Shakayla Alvarenga is live near Desert Inn in Paradise with more details tonight. Shakayla?
Well, Denise, as you can imagine, this is a massive project that has the potential to expand to the airport, the Strip, and downtown Las Vegas.
What does the future of transportation in Las Vegas look like?
With all the monster truck stuff that's going on and, you know, the people coming from out of the country and everything like that, I mean, it's kind of busy. I ain't gonna lie, it's busier than most times.
Elon Musk's People Mover is 40 feet below ground. The system will allow pedestrians to be whisked across the convention center's campus within a minute. A live web camera has been set up to watch the project's progress.
The congestion is pretty bad. Like, it gets, especially when there's a big convention going on, and I work a lot of the conventions, it's almost impossible to either find a parking space or get an Uber or like get around anywhere.
It's a system the mayor has previously expressed concerns about.
What I'm really looking at is the company has no track record at all of having completed something that is a test model for us. I grew up in the heart of New York City. I spent my life on subways, and it's very costly. We haven't done any excavations here.
The engines are expected to be turned on for the first time at an event later this month. It's the first major project for the Boring Company.
It feels good because it feels like people are actually doing what they say instead of just saying something and hoping that people will buy it.
And the People Mover is expected to be completed in January 2021. Reporting live, Shakayla Alvarenga, 8 News Now.
Well, tonight, graphic photos obtained by the I-Team have revealed key evidence in the death of Esmeralda Gonzalez. According to Metro, Gonzalez was a sex worker hired by suspect Christopher Prestipino. Now, detectives say he gave her meth, and when she started acting strange, he tied her to a chair. Reports go on to indicate that Prestipino strangled her before he and his co-defendant, Cassandra Garrett, injected her with pool cleaner, put her in a box with concrete. Charges against Prestipino include murder and kidnapping. He'll be in court tomorrow. You can read much more on this story on our website at 8newsnow.com.
33-year-old Abraham Roque Cruz was in court this morning facing a slew of charges. Officers were responding to a call about a man with a knife when they came up on a crash at Alta and Valley View. Police say the person involved in both of those incidents was Roque Cruz. According to an arrest report, he was drinking, picked up his child, then cut himself before driving away with the baby. He eventually crashed at Alta and Valley View. He appeared in court this morning facing a domestic violence charge, among others.
Mr. Roque, this domestic battery charge that you have in this current case should really be charged as a felony because the same victim last time is the same victim this time.
That victim is Roque Cruz's wife and the mother of their injured baby girl. She suffered a broken femur in that crash. Records show he has another case in the court system from March.
The man charged with attacking a Metro K-9 officer stabbed the police dog 10 to 13 times before he was taken into custody. That is according to the arrest report for Joseph Arquilla. Police were called after he was seen on the roof of a gas station about a week ago near Eastern and Warm Springs. Officers shot him twice with low lethal rounds to stop him from stabbing the dog. K-9 Hunter has since been resting at home with his handler. He is expected to be back on the job in a few weeks. And there is a new but familiar place coming to the Valley to house criminals. The North Las Vegas jail is reopening next year. This is actually video from our 8 News Now aviator. It closed due to a budget crisis back in 2012, and the city of Las Vegas was contracted to house the inmates. The agreement, though, ends in about a year.
A salmonella outbreak linked to ground beef has killed 1 person in California and has sickened 10 others in 6 states. Investigators with the Centers for Disease Control have not identified a single common supplier tied to the outbreak yet. The CDC is reminding everyone to cook ground beef thoroughly. And just a month into flu season, and already numbers are up compared to last year. 37 people in Southern Nevada have been hospitalized with the flu. That is compared to 8 this time in 2018. As always, health leaders encourage everyone to get the flu shot to avoid getting sick.
One of the nation's biggest automotive conventions roars into Las Vegas this week. SEMA is expected to bring in nearly 200,000 people. The show runs Tuesday through Friday at the Las Vegas Convention Center. SEMA is not open to the general public, but there is an event Friday night from 3 until 10 where anyone can check out the hot rods and all the other cars. Those tickets, by the way, start at $20.
Jeopardy's Tournament of Champions, the annual all-star game featuring the return of the best and the brightest, including Jeopardy superstar and Las Vegas James Holzhauer, started earlier tonight right here on Channel 8. We recently went behind the scenes at Tournament of Champions rehearsals and found host Alex Trebek thrilled about Jeopardy James being back on the big stage.
He's back. He's back.
He's back. It's always more exciting. The Tournament of Champions is our premier tournament each year because we're bringing back the best.
James will make his return Wednesday night at 7 p.m. and he says he is ready to face the cream of the crop.
I have great respect for Emma and all the other competitors here, but I think I can beat anyone on any given day.
Our exclusive story with James, Emma, the contestant who ended his streak, Alex Trebek, and your inside look at tournament rehearsals airs Tuesday night during our 6 p.m. newscast.
Oh my God.
Still ahead here at 11 o'clock, Popeye's chicken sandwiches are incredibly popular right now.
But are they worth dying over? 1 person is dead after an altercation at a Maryland Popeyes. We'll tell you what happened.
Plus, the Runnin' Rebels are gearing up for a brand new season with a brand new coach. Chris Matthews has a preview of Tuesday's opener. Still ahead tonight in sports.
Today we're talking about something every parent and grandparent needs to know: social media predators. Are your kids protected online? Do you know the online dangers they face? I'm giving you all the information you need to protect your kids from online predators. This is a show no parent or grandparent should miss.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Ed Bernstein and Associates. Enough said. Call Ed.
Tomorrow morning on Good Day Las Vegas.
It's an 8 News Now exclusive. Alex Trebek and Jeopardy James talk to Brian Loftus ahead of the Tournament of Champions.
Plus, we take a look inside the Fremont Canopy as it gets ready to unveil a massive overhaul.
Tomorrow morning on Good Day Las Vegas.
Carl Jr. What you want.
You're watching the Valley's news leader with Denise Valdez, Brian Loftus, Ted Florendo, and Chris Matthews. This is 8 News Now at 11.
A man is dead after authorities say he was stabbed over a Popeye's chicken sandwich. It happened in Maryland earlier tonight. Police say that altercation started when someone cut the line to get one of the chicken sandwiches, which were just reintroduced at Popeyes across the country.
Wow, what a shame. Doctors and nurses say a toddler's death is one of the worst cases of malnutrition they've ever seen. And it's a story the I-Team first broke. And tonight, we're learning more details about the final days of the boy's life.
The I-Team's Vanessa Murphy has a story you'll only see here on 8 News Now. And we do want to warn you, the content in this story is disturbing.
Shelby Menino remembers her grandson JJ as a happy and healthy baby.
So bright, so loving. You know, you said, come give me a hug, and he would. I just miss him.
JJ died on February 5th. Investigators say the 2-year-old was starved, beaten from head to toe, and had methamphetamine in his system.
It's unfathomable.
A medical examiner testified JJ died from blunt force trauma and neglect of care contributed to his death. And JJ didn't suddenly pass away. He was abused over time, and he slowly died while living in this mobile home with his father and his girlfriend.
Mr. Newman, have you received a copy of your criminal complaint?
Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty for 27-year-old Chad Newman and 36-year-old Heidi Razzo. They're charged with murder and child abuse. They declined on-camera interviews with the I-Team, but grand jury transcripts reveal what they told North Las Vegas police. Newman moved in with his girlfriend and her 5 kids around September 2018. Razzo said JJ had, quote, white boy complex. Photos of her biological children show them well-fed with no bruising. Again, look at JJ. Newman blamed Razzo. He said she mistreated and abused JJ. And after one incident, JJ told him, "Dada, JJ, go," meaning the toddler wanted to leave. But Newman kept his son in that home. He said he noticed a downward spiral in JJ's health in the 2 to 3 weeks before his death, but never took him to the doctor.
It's just sad. It's sad that somebody could do this to this baby.
Menino is JJ's maternal grandmother. She says her daughter gave up her parental rights.
Growing up, Allie never really wanted to be a mom.
But Menino herself tried to stay in JJ's life. She says she last saw him on September 24th, 2018. And after that, Newman wouldn't respond to her, while Razzo wouldn't let her see JJ. She tells the I-Team she reached out to Child Protective Services for help. According to this document, a referral was received on January 30th, and it was coded information only. That was 1 week before JJ died. It appears no one from CPS entered the home where they would have found JJ suffering.
I think they should have went out there and checked on him and demanded to see him.
CPS will not comment on specific cases. It's unclear whether any CPS employees were held accountable for failing to check on JJ. The I-Team reached out to the Clark County Commission, which oversees CPS, about JJ's story. But it appears CPS won't even share case information with these officials, citing privacy laws. In September, Commissioner Tick Sagerblum proposed more oversight of CPS, but he was told there's enough oversight. To Menino, it wasn't enough to save JJ's life.
I'm afraid that JJ thought toward the end, like, you know, my grandma's not coming back for me.
The I-Team reached out to CPS again before this story aired. A spokesman said state law prohibits them from discussing specific individuals and cases, and we shouldn't interpret that answer as a confirmation of any information. He also said every year CPS receives, quote, thousands and thousands of calls that do not allege abuse or neglect of a child. We investigate all calls in which there is allegation of abuse, neglect related to a specific child, end quote.
And taking a look at this video tonight out of Niagara Parks, a rusty iron barge that was held in place since 1918. Look at this. It finally broke loose in the upper rapids above the Horseshoe Falls. That's over on the Canadian side. It happened during a storm last week. The barge is now closer to the brink of the falls. A Niagara Parks official said it could sit in its new position, though, for a few days, maybe even years.
1918.
Long time.
That's a century. That's World War I era. That's a pretty good run.
Yeah, finally gave up.
The power of water.
That is for sure.
No. We could use some water here, just not seeing it.
Nothing on the horizon. Right?
Nothing at all.
But we do have that gorgeous weather.
Yes, let's keep it going.
That's all right. We'll take that.
After we had to go through last week, heck yeah, right? Live look outside right now, tower cam, showing a nice night. I have a neighborhood shout out, guys.
Oh, we haven't done that in a while.
Haven't done it in a while, right? Time to bring it back. This one goes to Amanda Nutting.
Hi, Amanda.
Hello, Amanda.
Amanda joining us from Silverado Ranch, guys. I'm not sure if she's joining us right now. She might be asleep by now, but she's a big 8 News Now watcher. That's what matters, right? 77 degrees are high for the day today. 72 is where we should be, so above average after those cooler, cold temperatures we had last week. 50 our morning start. Still a little on the chilly side, but again, out of those 30s like we saw last week. Summerlin 59 right now, along with the lakes. 52 downtown. The east side, 56 Sunrise Manor. And we're in those mid-50s also for Green Valley, Henderson, Seven Hills. Check in right now, 53. Let's see. Let's go over to the lakes. 59 for you, just shy of 60 degrees. We're right now at 51 for Prompt, 50 even Sandy Valley, 57 Boulder City for you. And our friends up there in Mesquite, you're at 46. Laughlin checking in right now at 64 degrees. So the cold spot, again, still remains the central plain states here, of course, the midsection of the U.S. Not quite Dallas, but mainly the northern tier states here. The Twin Cities at 27, Bismarck, cold 15 degrees right now, Chicago 36. This is moving a little bit more west, or eastward, I should say, to New York and D.C. at 52 to 47. They're anticipating snow up here in the northeast this week as they cool down big time while we stay above average, dry, and unseasonably warm. The reason for that, again, that big ridge here in the jet stream, all the way up over the Pacific Northwest, Seattle, Portland, the Rose City, still remaining dry. The eastern seaboard, too. We could use some rain. Now, here's the deal. We'll have that low that's sitting near Baja form even more and move onshore. However, it will bring some showers, mainly, though, to Arizona and New Mexico. Look how close this is. Not quite us. It's only slight chances for Mojave County, but the better chances are going to be Arizona and New Mexico, while we get nil. No chance for showers here as we still stay on the warm side. Here's your temperature trend. This is where we should be, right around 72 to 69 degrees later on in the week. We're staying above average for like that all week, even into next week when we cool things down a little. Here's your forecast overnight. 51, clear skies. Winds, again, light and variable for your overnight or for your wind speeds. That'll be the case tomorrow, too. Not much wind. 77 degrees, mild sunshine, still above average, so we'll match today's temperature. Many neighborhoods still in those mid to high 70s. At 80, we think Sunrise Mountain. Nellis could be at 80, 79 for Green Valley, 76 for the Lakes, Mountain's Edge at 76, too. Outside of town will also be in those mid-70s for Pahrump and Prim, and 75 also for Boulder City. We'll be in those mid-80s, however, for Laughlin. 85 degrees tomorrow's high. Temperatures, like we said this week, closer to 80 on Friday and also Saturday, maybe even Thursday. But look at the records on those dates. Around 83 and 82 degrees. So we probably aren't going to reach those records, but we'll come close. Mid-70s again a week from today. Look at that. Mother Nature like hit the pause button and just kept it there for the rest of this week and the next week. Unbelievable weather.
Doesn't feel like pre-Turkey Day weather, does it?
It does not.
It doesn't.
Thank you, Ted.
You got it.
The Runnin' Rebels dribble into the new year with a lot of optimism.
Yeah, UNLV opens its season tomorrow night already, Chris.
Yeah, they're hosting the Mastodons. It's kind of a mammoth kind of a deal.
Oh, yeah,
You had to look that up, by the way. Yeah. Hey, they're fired up about this game. It's their first ever visit, the Mastodons, to Las Vegas. And what does this cat have to do with the outcome of Monday Night Football? Oh, we'll tell you coming up next here on Channel 8.
Tonight on an all-new Late Show, Steven sits down with Tim McGraw.
If you can tell which is which.
Plus Senator Sherrod Brown. Tonight.
The 7-day forecast on 8 News Now is sponsored by Sudden Impact Auto Body.
Help is on the way.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Ed Bernstein and Associates. Enough said. Call Ed.
All right, former Bishop Gorman, CSN, and UNLV head baseball coach Tim Chambers laid to rest today. Hundreds turning out for his memorial service this afternoon, including many of his former players. Boy, he touched hundreds and hundreds of lives through the years as a coach. The general theme running through today's service was how much he really cared about his players once they left baseball. Chambers died last week at the age of 54. Runnin' Rebel basketball, the TJ Otzelberger era tips off tomorrow night. It's the season opener for the Rebels. Now, since 1995, only 2 coaches have lost their season openers. Lon Kruger to St. Mary's in 2004 and Marvin Menzies in 2016. So, TJ, hey, you got a tradition to live up to right here. You don't want to become the third on that list, or going back in time like in '94 when Tim Gergrich's team lost 4 straight to open the season, or the first year of the program in '58 when the school lost 9 in a row. So tomorrow you get a preview of what's to come this season, and for the Rebels' sake and all the fans, hopefully not opening the season with a loss.
Well, first of all, Fort Wayne, I mean, they've been a winning program for the last 3 or 4 years. They've consistently had winning seasons. They've been at the top of the conference. They've been a program that's very offensively inclined. They score the ball at a high level. Their team shares the ball. They shoot the 3 ball extremely well. That's kind of been a staple of their program. So we're going to have to do a great job getting back in transition, guarding the dribble, and making sure that we're aware of shooters, because they'll try to shoot a lot of threes tomorrow night.
All right, and tip-off for Tuesday's first ever meeting with the Purdue University Fort Wayne, 7 o'clock. Now, the Mastodons are in the Summit League, but next year they're moving to the Horizon League. But right now they're in Vegas. And tip your hat to the school's social media director. I guess coming to Vegas is a big deal, and they prove it with this slick video.
So empty without me.
All right, pretty fired up to get here to Las Vegas. Hey, how about some football now? The Raiders coming off that thrilling home win over Detroit, where the defense had to make a stop to secure the win. Before turning it over to the defense, though, it was Derek Carr, who's having his best season as a pro, leading the team down the field, 7 plays, 75 yards, capped with that game-winning touchdown toss. His success can be attributed to Gruden's tutelage as they work together in a system that might be tailor-made for a guy who is really just a pocket quarterback.
I think we're just seeing the fruits of Coach Gruden and I being together for time, right? I say it all the time that this league does not give quarterbacks enough time. This organization has given me time, and now with, it's steady. We know who the coach is. We know who the quarterback is. Let them build and grow. Now we're getting to see the fruits of it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, now the Raiders and Chargers kick off Thursday, 5:20 in Oakland. Thursday night football kicks off the football week, so there should be around 12 million eyes on the Raiders and Chargers. NFL week wrapping up in New York. It's the Giants and Cowboys. It just seems like this is always a heated rival. You never know what to expect. Now the Giants jumped on the Cowboys, taking the early lead, and then the unthinkable.
The Black Cat is at the other end of the field. Now he is sitting and looking, and the cat runs into the end zone. Cat is elusive.
All right, that crazy Black Cat jinxed the Giants. Cowboys scored 10 straight and never looked back en route to a 37-18 win. You knew this game would have its heated moments, and you just knew it. And sure enough, who would have thought it'd be a Las Vegas in the middle of all the mayhem? Chaparral High School grad and current Giant wearing number 71, Will Hernandez, was taking on any and all Cowboys.
Business to do, and we have another fight breaking out. And once again, it's Will Hernandez in the middle of it, opposite Robert Quinn. And the helmet is off. And it's no shocker that Will Hernandez is on the front line of it.
All right, little publicity for not maybe kind you want, but still.
Boy, I love that.
The cat was great, though, wasn't it?
Awesome.
Running in the end zone.
We'll be right back after this.
The journey continues, and 8 News Now is there.
He's back. He's back.
James Holzhauer is making his grand Jeopardy return.
I think I can beat anyone on any given day.
Brian Loftus has exclusive access as Tournament of Champions kicks off tomorrow at 6.
Hey, it's Chop with Tobin No. Tobin Dodge in the Valley Auto Mall, #1 for a reason.
Nothing beats the feeling of knowing you're covered. This open enrollment, cover yourself and your family with an individual health plan from Health Plan of Nevada, offering Nevada's largest provider network and several plans to choose from, including 6 silver plans that may save you money. Ask us if you're eligible for assistance with your premium and out-of-pocket costs. Open enrollment ends December 15th. Don't wait. Cover yourself and find out more at hpnforme.com.
President Trump is changing Washington, creating 6 million new jobs, 500,000 new manufacturing jobs, cutting illegal immigration in half, obliterating ISIS, their caliphate destroyed, their terrorist leader dead. But the Democrats would rather focus on impeachment and phony investigations, ignoring the real issues. But that's not stopping Donald Trump. He's no Mr. Nice Guy, but sometimes it takes a Donald Trump to change Washington.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Cancer is smart.
It pushes us. We push back, challenging conventional thinking, finding smarter solutions. That's what makes Cancer Treatment Centers of America one of the leaders in precision cancer treatment, using tools like advanced genomic testing and immunotherapy to bring more options to our patients. We're not just fighting cancer anymore, we're outsmarting it. Learn more at cancercenter.com/Phoenix. Appointments available now.
For a reason.
This portion of 8 News Now is sponsored by Optum Care Network of Nevada.
Congratulations to our very own Denise Valdez, who bravely entered a singing contest a couple of weeks ago, all for charity, and she won. Let's take a look and a listen at what you did.
You're in my heart, you're in my soul. The bear is Denise Valdez!
It is so hard to hear when you're wearing a bear head. The contest was on Mix 94.1 when I faced off with 4 other contestants. The results of the voting came in today, and we were able to give this $1,000 check to Noah's Animal House. It is the shelter on the grounds of the Shade Tree, which helps families and their pets leave an abusive situation.
So our goal is to remove the no pets allowed at domestic violence shelters. And so we've been next to the Shade Tree for 12 years, have sheltered over 1,500 pets since we opened, and people are safe right now because we have their pets right next door.
The program is so successful, the charity is now one of 10 being honored in the annual CNN Hero Special.
Nice. Big news, Denise will be the musical guest on Stephen Colbert tonight.
Maybe.
Here's to the feeling you get